What if I told you that you can buy high quality clothing and not spend more? Well, if you want to know more, keep watching. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Katarina and this is how to be sustainable without sacrificing on style. So I talk a lot about sustainability on this channel and sustainable fashion especially. And my point of view is to make fashion and especially sustainable fashion accessible to everyone. But my message is that the sustainability and sustainable fashion is a mindset and a lifestyle, and everyone has to find their own way of doing it that fits their lifestyle. It's the same as with healthy eating. You have to find your own way of doing it so that it is sustainable for you for the long term as well. So one of the ways to be sustainable clothing consumer or let's say better clothing consumer for the earth and environment is to shop high quality items, high quality clothing, so that it lasts you longer. One of the core focuses of sustainable fashion is to reduce the amount of waste generated. And one of the reasons to such massive amounts of waste is we, consumers, and our tendency to overconsume. The reasons to overconsumption are, some of the reasons are psychological, but quality of the items is also part of the problem. Sometimes the quality of the items at fast fashion stores can be just horrible, to be honest. For example, I bought a sweater at H&M and I loved that sweater. I wanted to wear it really long. Like, I saw it in my closet, in my wardrobe for a long term. But then I washed it one time and it was done. And I was so disappointed. Really, I'm still disappointed even it's 2 years ago. So what I'm trying to say here is that one of the options to be a better consumer for this planet and the environment is to focus on quality instead of quantity. Yes, I hear some of you saying, nice ideology, but not everyone has that amount of money to spend on high quality clothing, and sustainable fashion brands are just way too overpriced. Yes, I hear you. But what if I told you that you can shop high quality clothing at fast fashion brands and not spend more? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain you and show you how. Yes, it's not 100% sustainable because sustainability is about people, planet and profit, and very often the fast fashion brands neglect the people part, so they abuse human rights. But as I said in the beginning of the video, it has to start somewhere. Sustainability from the consumer side, it is a mindset and a lifestyle, and you have to pick something that fits you, and one of the ways to do that is to buy high quality clothing. Well, the first part in buying quality is a mindset shift and finding your own personal style. For some people, this will even require a little bit of inner work as well. Instead of buying quantity, you need to switch your mindset to buying quality. And if you're someone who prioritizes quantity over quality, I really encourage you to start making a mindset shift where you start prioritizing quality over quantity. In the long run, you will save more money because the items you buy last you longer. I've been there. I used to buy quantity rather than quality, and I just couldn't function without having new outfits all the time. I bought new trends and clothes very often, and my confidence and good mood relied on whether I liked my outfit that day or not. But the true reason why I was shopping so much and why I was so obsessed about it was because I was unfulfilled in life, and shopping was a coping mechanism for me. I have a video about this and I will link it here. Watch it if you're interested. Now, instead of quantity, I focus on buying quality. And I must say that this switch in mindset has really simplified my life a lot. I have my personal style. I don't have any more these oh I have nothing to wear days, and all my energy is not wasted on picking a fit. My clothes feel and look nicer. I save more money even though I shop more expensive. Yes, I really did say that. And I just in general feel more free because my mental health is not based on my outfit or clothing in general. Okay, the second crucial part to high quality clothing is the materials. I don't think this comes as a surprise to anyone, but yes, good materials are a building block to high quality clothing. When shopping for quality clothing, look for materials such as cashmere, wool, cotton, linen, silk, and so on. And other group of materials to pay attention to is also eco-friendly materials such as ecovero, tencel, hemp, linen as well, and organic cotton, and many more. There is a big list of eco-friendly materials. And materials to avoid are these traditional synthetic materials such as polyester and acrylic. It's just a sign of making clothing for cheap. It's a sign of cheap manufacture, cheap clothing, cheap working conditions, just everything as cheap as possible and the highest profits as possible. For example, in sweaters, wool is very often replaced by acrylic. This is very bad because the item is not long, like it doesn't last long. It feels and looks awful, or let's say it doesn't look nice, to be more gentle. Very often synthetic and natural materials are mixed together to reduce price, and these options are good as long as the consistency of acrylic is not more than 50%. So when searching for quality, I would avoid sweaters that are made 50 to 100% of acrylic. The more wool, the better. Also in zippers and buttons, avoid plastic. Few other tips regarding the materials are the thickness of the material, and jackets, they must have a lining. If they don't have a lining, it's not good. And when it comes to thickness, winter clothing and transition weather clothing has to be thick. A good way to test this is to take the material and put it against the light, and if it shines through, it means that it's not a good quality. It's not good material, because in winter and transition seasons, the material has to be thick for it to be good quality. So if it shines through and it's unintentional, it's not intentionally shine through material, it usually is a sign that it's a cheap material, therefore it's not really quality. A third crucial part of high quality clothing is the workmanship. How well is the item done? For example, in stitches, the more stitches the better. The buttons must be good, they have to be like good and not falling out. The hem is well finished. For example, a loose hem and missing stitches is a sign of not so good craftsmanship. In general, neat, flat, mess-free seams is a sign of good quality. When it comes to print fabrics, a sign of good quality printed fabric or an item is when the pattern matches at the seams. Let's imagine this blazer is a printed pattern. So this is a seam here, and it must match here. So it must be a continuous pattern. And usually when it comes to printed fabrics, there is no way to have it for cheap. Usually printed quality items are expensive just because the printed material is for brands more expensive to buy, and it requires more careful work to make that fabric into clothing piece. So usually when it comes to printed clothing, there is no way you can get quality for cheap. Not really. So a good rule of thumb when you're looking for good quality printed materials, the pattern must match at the seams must be not messy, neat, clean, then you're looking at a good quality piece. And when it comes to price, very often we associate that if the item costs a lot, it must be good quality. But that's not the case. Not always. A high price is not an indicator of a good quality item. Yes, in many cases a high price speaks for itself, but also in many cases poorly made item is priced quite high. So that's why it's important to look at the materials, the look and feel, the craftsmanship of the item. Then something about production country. Production country also has an effect on the quality of the item, but it's not so black and white as with materials. A general rule of thumb is that if the item is made in Italy, it's probably always good. But China, Vietnam, India, Turkey, they also have very skilled manufacturers, but it depends with what kind of manufacturer the brand works with. I wouldn't start categorizing that if the item is made in China, it's bad. If it's in Italy, it's good. You know, if it's in Italy, it's probably good. But if it's in China, it's not 100% that it's good or bad. You know, it really depends on the manufacturer. So I wouldn't make my decision based on the production country. I would also pay attention to the materials, the quality, the fit, the look, the craftsmanship, and all those things. And now, finally, I'm going to share my screen and show you how do I spot good quality items online. So for example, when I shop at H&M, I go to View All, then I go Filter, Quality, Premium Selection, done. And this is the only category I shop when I shop at H&M, because yeah, this is quality and it's not so expensive, especially if they have like a sale. Let's move on to another brand, Mango. Let's go to new now. Well, this suit, this blazer, it's 100% linen, so it sounds promising. Let's click on it. Okay, you see the cut is very clean. It really looks like a good one. Take a look. Yeah, you see it's very clean and careful, and the seams look good, as you see here. So this one looks like a good one. Moving on to the next one. Well, this is a satin dress, and satin is an interesting material because it has different qualities. Very thin satin is bad. That's not good quality. For example, Zara, I noticed, started to make their satin shirts nowadays with very thin satin, and that is like not every shirt, but some of them, and those are really not long lasting. This, I would say, is a good one, at least based on the pictures. Okay, moving on to sweaters. So this one I will avoid. It really looks not good quality. This one might be a good one. Well, this one, I see it already that it's a synthetic material, and if you look closer, you see that this is like this heavy big stripes here. You see, that is usually indicator that it's not going to last you long. It's the ripped sweater material. I noticed that they really don't last long, and this, especially the way it falls on the body and everything, it doesn't indicate that it's a good quality. It's as well very thin, as you see. It's a see-through, there you see it, so it's an indicator of a not really good quality sweater, that it's going to go bad in few washes. And moving on, well, this one, even though it's probably synthetic material, it's fine knit, and it's a summer knit, I would say, and those are usually good. They usually last long because it's a fine knit, so it's knitted very closely to each other. These ones last longer, and because you also don't really wear them so often because it's a summer knit, and summer is not so long in most of the parts of the world. This one as well, very heavy ripped synthetic sweater, is not going to last you long, probably going to last you only like 2 washes, and then you need a new one. And as you see, it's a 40 euros. So if you think about it, you're going to wear this 1 month, and then you're going to search for another one because this is just, its quality decreased so much. And then you buy this again, and then you buy another one after 1 month, and then it's already 3 times you bought this sweater. Why wouldn't you just invest into a better quality then immediately? Now I'm going to showcase how big is the difference between poor quality sweater like this and then good quality sweater. So as you see, as I already told you, this is a poor quality sweater. And then I'm going to show you now a good quality sweater. This is an example of a very good one, really good quality. And of course, it's 175 because it's pure cashmere. You can also find on a better price quality items, but this is just a good example of, you see how good quality this is. It's very fine, careful, knit. Really, when you see it, you just want to wear it as much as possible. You cannot get bored with this because you just feel nice in it. It looks nice on you. So whereas if you compare it with a poor quality one, it's just worth it because you don't have to buy another sweater next month because this will last you. Whereas the one from Mango that I showed you, the more poor quality, that one will not last you long, and you will anyway spend the same amount when you buy all the time a new sweater. Okay, next brand that I'm going to go through is Arket, and I'm just going to go through their knits very quickly. So this one is probably a good one. This, I would say, is a no. This as well. This is questionable. This is also a no. This might be a good one. This is a no. This might be okay. This is a no just because it really looks fragile. This is okay. This is okay. This one is a yes. This one is hard to say. This is a yes. This is a yes. This is a yes. I think this is a yes as well. And this one is a good one. This is debatable. This is hard to say because I don't see. And this one looks good. And then I thought to show you also print blouses. Of course, this is now a summer season, so they have all linen, but this, for example, is a good one, even though it's not a print, but it's linen and it really looks good. So let's filter it to prints. To be honest, this looks actually quite good. It's very well aligned here at the back with the sleeves, at the front as well, actually. Really at the back it looks good, and here as well. So this one looks actually quite decent. So that's when it comes to printed blouses and fabrics in general. So that's pretty much it when it comes to shopping quality from fast fashion brands, and I would avoid such brands like Shein and Primark completely because it's just, from them, it's really not possible to find any quality. It's just, they are really the cheap producers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I know it's, especially if you're just beginner and you're just starting your high quality shopping journey, then of course it's hard to see it from far with your eye. But you can just start with like checking the material, what is the materials made of, what consistency is it. If it's a lot of synthetic materials, like the traditional synthetic materials like polyester, acrylic, then I will really avoid it. And then with time, when you learn, you will learn to see with your own eye whether it's worth of buying or not, whether it's a good quality or not. So really it all starts from a mindset shift. If you make a mindset shift to focus on buying quality instead of quantity, you won't really spend more money in the long term. It just feels so because you get one item for the same money instead of 5. And the fact is that this one item that you purchased for higher price will last you longer than these 5 that you purchased for cheap. And therefore you're not spending more money because you don't have to be searching for a new sweater every month because it was ruined in a wash. Pay attention how much you're actually spending on items that you wear only a few times or not at all. I bet you'll be surprised. So why wouldn't you invest that money into something higher quality and something that will last you longer and will also look and feel nicer? If you're new to my channel and you're new to sustainable fashion and you would want to understand more why sustainable fashion is so important, you might want to watch this video where I explain in detail why. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like, and if you would want to see more content and tips on how to be more sustainable without sacrificing on style, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time, bye bye!